charismatic giant fauna that you have seen in photos and videos can be found in abundance in Antarctica, but you might be shocked to learn that they have much more interesting and complex lives than you might expect. The largest true terrestrial animal is a wingless midge that is around 13 millimeters or 0.5 of an inch long. Almost all of these creatures are dependent on the water. The majority of the animal life is warm-blooded and dependent on the water, thus they tend to be quite huge as a defense against the bitterly cold climate. The southern polar sea's productivity accounts for the enormous number of large creatures that may be found in Antarctica. Welcome to the Animal Channel, the one channel for all the interesting animal facts around the globe. Ready to dive in? Let's go. Adelie penguins. The Adelie penguin, which lives on both the Antarctic continent and the subantarctic islands, is the most southerly of the Antarctic penguin species, along with the emperor penguin. With an average weight of 5 kilograms and a height of less than a meter, they are a smaller subgroup of penguins. During their breeding season, which lasts from November to February, you are likely to hear and smell a rookery before you see it. The rookeries of Adelie penguins are huge, raucous enterprises that can house up to 500,000 birds. In order to protect the area from flooding, the males build a pebble nest as the first step in the breeding process. Due of its pebble nests and gender egalitarianism, Adelie penguin behavior has interested biologists for decades. Like most other penguin species, both parents will share tasks on raising the young. Chinstrap penguins. One of the tiniest penguin species is the Chinstrap penguin. They are approximately 65 centimeters tall and weigh 4.5 kilograms on average. Because of the line of black feathers that forms a strap over their chin, these penguins are sometimes known as Chinstrap penguins. From December to March, they can typically be seen mating on rocky shores far from the ice on sub-Antarctic, Antarctic, and Antarctic Peninsula islands. They may be rather noisy and violent, especially while defending the stones that make up their nests, just like the Adelie penguins. Male Chinstrap penguins gather the pebbles to build an impressive nest to entice a partner. Male competitors steal each other's pebbles, which can lead to several little skirmishes. Chinstrap penguins are highly fascinating due to their odd behavior and distinctive markings. The Antarctic Peninsula is where one can most frequently see chinstraps. Leopard seals. The leopard seal got its name because of the way its spots resemble those of the well-known big cat. Leopard seals are aggressive predators, just like their namesake. They go after a variety of smaller seals in addition to fish, squid, and penguins. Leopard seals frequently wait beneath an ice shelf for birds to plunge in search of food since they are ambush hunters. Leopard seals can grow to be anywhere between 3.5 and 3.8 meters long and weigh between 300 and 500 kilograms. During the breeding season, leopard deals can be found on open pack ice and subantarctic islands, typically not far from penguin colonies. Leopard seals are especially skilled hunters, and it's amazing to see them in the wild. Elephant seals. Since the elephant seal is the biggest seal in Antarctica, it should come as no surprise that seeing one while on an expedition there is very exciting. Elephant seal males can weigh anywhere between 1,500 and 3,700 kilograms, while females weigh much less, between 600 and 800 kilograms. Sexual dimorphism, the enormous size disparity between the sexes, is so common that female elephant seals can occasionally be mistaken for juveniles when seen next to male elephant seals. Elephant seals can be found all across the Antarctic region, however they are most frequently found on subantarctic islands. They can also occasionally be found as far north as the Falkland Islands. They are amazing divers that can descend to 500 meters below the surface for up to 20 minutes. Browse our selection of Antarctica and South Georgia itineraries if you want to view elephant seals in great numbers during their mating season. Snow petrels. One of the smallest and most attractive creatures found in the Antarctic is the snow petrel. Except for their black eyes and beak, they are all white. They are approximately the size of a pigeon, but they are remarkable because despite their diminutive size, they are strong and can withstand the harsh Antarctic climate and wind chill. Snow petrels can actually live for up to 20 years since they are so tough. Due to their unusually lengthy lifespans, snow petrels have a very thriving population. There are really about 4 million of them in the wild. They lay their eggs between October and November, and the young hatch after 6 weeks. Around the Antarctic continent, snow petrels can be found adjacent to open sea, near packing ice, or near continuous ice. King penguins. King penguins are well-known representatives of all penguins found in the Antarctic, just like emperor penguins are. A king or an emperor penguin is typically depicted in photographs or cartoons of penguins. The average weight of the king penguin, which is the second largest penguin species after the emperor, is about 15 kilograms. They live on subantarctic islands, where they create enormous colonies on slopes near the sea. They can be recognized by the golden feathers that surround their heads and necks. On South Georgia, Macquarie Island, Prince Edward Island, and Heard Island, large colonies can be spotted. They have a sophisticated reproductive system and will typically hatch 2 chicks every 3 years. They can be either late or early breeders. As a result, if you're on a cruise or an excursion, you can always find young king penguins nearby. Emperor penguins. The emperor penguin is possibly the most recognizable of all penguin species since it is most closely associated with Antarctica. When you envisage your ideal trip to Antarctica, a bird most likely comes to mind. With an average weight of 30 kilograms, emperor penguins are the biggest penguins in the world. They are easily recognized because they have golden feathers around the sides of their heads and because they are seen all over the Antarctic shore. Even though a few terrestrial colonies have been discovered recently, emperor penguins usually always live and reproduce on sea ice. Many of them never set foot on land in their whole lives. The only species of penguin to breed in the depths of Antarctica's brutally harsh winter, emperor penguins are interesting. Lieutenant Reginald Skelton discovered the first breeding colony during Captain Scott's expedition in 1901 to 1904, and the first emperor penguins were spotted on Captain Cook's second cruise in the late 18th century. The best chances of seeing emperor penguins are during trips to the Weddell Sea. Killer whales, orcas. The largest species of dolphins are named killer whales, which is a considerably less ominous term than orcas. Although there are over 100,000 killer whales in the world and they can be found in all oceans, Antarctica is without a doubt the finest site to observe them because it is home to the vast majority of them. There are 4 different types of killer whales, designated as Type A, Type B, Type C, and Type D, according to recent NOAA research. Antarctica is home to all 4 types of orcas, each of which prefers a particular kind of prey. There is a strong chance of seeing killer whales in the wild if you come to Antarctica in the summer, especially in and around the Antarctic Peninsula and the Ross Sea. Seeing orcas in the wild against the backdrop of the Antarctic seas and icebergs is amazing. Wandering albatross. The wandering albatross is a magnificent sight to behold because it possesses the world's largest bird's wingspan. They can fly a considerable distance without expending a lot of energy thanks to their wingspan, which can range from 3.1 to 3.5 meters. Because of their large wingspan and the ferocious winds of the Antarctic, very lengthy flights are feasible. Wandering albatrosses are typically found in the subantarctic areas, especially on exposed ridges on South Georgia and Prince Edward Island. They remain with their mate for life once they have one. They are a species that is in danger of extinction, nevertheless, due to the high number of deaths caused by longline fishing hooks and the slow rate at which they reproduce. You should travel to the waters surrounding South Georgia before mid-November for the best chance of seeing wandering albatross. The blue whale. The blue whale is the biggest and noisiest mammal that has ever been identified. The blue whale, albeit not unique to Antarctica, is so spectacular that it had to come in first on our list. They weigh about 200 tons and are typically about 30 meters long. Their heart is the size of a small car, and their calls are louder than a jet engine. Due to aggressive whaling methods, the blue whale species narrowly avoided extinction in the 20th century. Although their numbers are now increasing, they are still under pressure, and sightings are still few. When whaling was at its worst in 1966, it was estimated that there were just 8,000 blue whales left in Antarctica, down from over 200,000 before. However, there are currently about 2,000 in the Antarctic Ocean, which is comparable to the populations of blue whales in the Pacific and Indian Oceans. Blue whales feast themselves on krill in the nutrient-rich Antarctic waters throughout the summer months before moving to their feeding grounds in the warmer waters of the equator. And because we only ever travel to Antarctica in the summer. 0 unique animals to see in the icy tundra of the south, but these creatures are a rare sight and you need to be properly planned to be seen in the wild. Thank you for watching, follow for more.